Hi guys, it's Kyoko here, back with another speed build. Today I'm building a modern farmhouse, and I gotta say, you guys, I am so freaking happy with how this turned out. Honestly, like, I love it. Okay, so let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know what you think of this aesthetic, of this style. I know, like, some people really like this and some people really don't like this, so I'm really curious as to, you know, how you guys will feel about it. So like I said, it's a modern farmhouse. Basically, this style is very, very popular on Pinterest and on Instagram and just, like, everywhere online. So I thought I'd, you know, take a swing at it and see if I could come up with something that kind of looks like what I see on the internet like all the time. So this house in particular that I'm building is very, very based off of like a specific photo that I saw on Pinterest. So if this house looks like at all familiar to you, you might have actually already seen it online. Of course there are like slight differences and stuff, but I was just really trying to emulate, you know, an actual real house in real life that looks like this. But basically the modern farmhouse aesthetic is all over the place. I've seen a lot of different variations and a lot of different takes on it. Basically for this house in particular, we got a lot of like traditional elements like these wood beams, we got like white paneling, we got some like wooden walls, but we also have a lot of like modern details, like these very like slick, almost like industrial looking black frame windows. And there'll also be a lot of like modern finishes and touches on the inside in terms of like furnishing and stuff. So let me know what you guys think of this. I think it actually looks so cool. It definitely looks a lot like the house that I was like, that was like my inspiration photo. So I think it's a pretty successful build. But again, let me know what you guys think. So like I said, it is a house. It's for it has two bedrooms. So it's for about a small family, I would say. We have a very large bedroom for like the parents, and then we have like the smaller bedroom that I actually turned into a nursery. So I imagine that a very small young family lives here. I'm not quite sure, honestly, like where this location is. I'm not sure where these type of houses are in real life either, because whenever I see them on Pinterest or on Instagram, they're not really like in a specific location that I can tell. They're always just like in these beautiful like grassy fields or in these like wonderful little, you know, clearings around these trees and stuff. So I have like no idea where these places actually are in real life. I've never seen a modern farmhouse in real life at all. So maybe they're just like an internet legend and they don't actually exist. I don't know. But let me know if you guys know like where these are actually popular, because I have no idea. So I don't know where, like, when I was building this in my head, I didn't have like a specific location in mind. This was in Brindleton Bay, so maybe it's somewhere in like a Bay area. But I feel like the farmhouse thing kind of reminds me more of like the South, you know, and like the I don't know, it feels like a place where the owners would definitely have like a horse or something. So I don't know, maybe it's somewhere in Texas. I have no idea. But let me know if you guys have any ideas at all. And this is a house, so it doesn't really have like a title or name other than modern farmhouse. But if you guys come up with, you know, any fun name ideas, of course, let me know, because I just, you know, love collaborating with you guys. You could probably tell that by any of my videos. If you've ever seen them, I really like talking to you guys and just, you know, bouncing ideas off of each other. But yeah, basically I'm just finishing up the exterior now. I tried to pay a lot of attention to the exterior. It's been something I've been trying to do a lot recently, just like really focus on what my builds look like both inside and out. When I actually began my channel and I first started like, you know, full-time really building, I felt like I was often focusing way more on interiors than exteriors. And part of that reason, it might just be because I'm an interior designer, so that may just be my instinctual thing to do. But lately, and in, you know, all my recent builds, I've been really trying to make my exteriors as detailed and as focused as my interior work. So let me know if I'm successful in that. You know, I feel like this looks pretty cool, honestly, especially with this fence that we're putting around right now. I love this fencing. I feel like it looks so freaking like modern and chic. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I used to have a piece of horse custom content. Like I had like a horse statue that actually looked pretty realistic and really cool. But then when my hard drive got wiped, that sucked. I lost so much custom content and I lost my horse CC. So I can obviously get it back. I just have to go find it, but I haven't gotten it back yet. I didn't have it back at the time of this build, so unfortunately there's no actual like horse, but for some reason I really feel like the owners of this house would have like a horse. I don't know why, like they're a horse family. I think it's because there's someone on TikTok I follow who has like a house kind of like this, and in their backyard they have like this beautiful horse, and I think that kind of like subtly influenced me in the back of my mind while I was building this. But yeah, right now I'm just putting in like some greenery in the front, just trying to make it look, you know, pretty, have some plants. I was trying to select like some bushes to put here under the windowsill, because it's like a pretty narrow, tight space, so I couldn't find like the exact bush that I wanted to. You can see me looking around a lot, but I chose these little ones in the end. I think, yeah, they're just like smaller versions of the big ones on the left. But yeah, we basically, in terms of like our color palette going on, you can see we have, you know, obviously a lot of browns and creams for like our wood tones. And then we have this like, it's like a slightly blue-green roof kind of metal detail, and then we have some stone, and then we have like this red brick. So it's a really weird amalgamation of like colors and textures. And like I definitely wouldn't have come to like this specific like mixture of colors and textures on my own. This was all just like from the reference photo I was looking at. Like it had all this wood detailing and this brick, and I just like didn't think it would work, but when I put it all together, it actually did work, and I was like pretty surprised, because it's not something that I would have, you know, put together myself. But you know, you guys know me, I'm pretty like I'm crazy about color palette and textures, and I'm a little bit too uptight about it, and I need to loosen up anyway. So I'm very glad that I just, you know, trusted my gut and went, you know, with what the reference photo was showing me, and it looks pretty cool, so I'm pretty happy about that. Anyway, so we are in our backyard area now. So ideally, like I said in my head, they would probably have like some sort of like mini stable back here for their horse, but not right now, I guess. Right now they just have like a little, you know, eating area over here with this, you know, covered table, and then they have like this big outdoor space with a swing set, so when they're, you know, because I said that the bedroom is a nursery, so I guess when their kid grows up, they'll have this big backyard to, you know, run around in, play games in, or if they end up having siblings, they'll have like, they can play games and I don't know. I actually, fun fact, I didn't grow up with like a backyard or anything like that, so I was like, my school had like you know, a recess and playground and stuff, so I had like outdoor times as a kid, but I didn't really have like the whole classic, you know, backyard experience, you know what I mean? I don't know if that would have changed me as a person. I feel like I'm a pretty normal person, I think, without having the backyard experience, but to me, like, the idea of a backyard is so like imprinted in my brain as being like a very classical part of American homes that I just like tend to try to include them. But I didn't grow up with one, so I don't know why I always put them in here. But yeah, anyway, so we have this back porch where we have these two rocking chairs and some cups of what looks like hot cocoa or something like that. I don't know why they're drinking that. Oh, maybe this is like winter, or like maybe it's cold out, I don't know. But they have some hot cocoa, and then against this wall here, we're gonna have, you know, some, I guess, like outdoor equipment just like hanging on these little like shelf peg things. So there's like a hat and a jacket, we have a broom, just, you know, outdoor stuff that you might need. And I think that's about it. Oh no, I switch out these pillows really quickly. I just chose pillows that I felt like I obviously just already saw on Pinterest. Because like I said, there's photos all over Pinterest of this specific like aesthetic. So this aesthetic is like very trendy at the moment. I don't know if it'll last. Just because I have a hard time telling when trends are gonna go where, when they're gonna stay. I'm not really like up to date on, you know, the history of trend cycles or how they work like specifically with architecture and interiors. So let me know if you guys think that this is something timeless, or if you think this is something that's going to be changed or renovated over time. Just let me know, because I see this all the time on the internet, so I would like to know what you guys think as, you know, fellow people on the internet. Anyway, so we are setting up the inside now. We put in all our walls. This is a 2-story house, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's a good size, I think. It's about the right size for, you know, gameplay in a Sims home. I love these wood floors. The texture, the color, they're beautiful. What can I say? They're absolutely stunning. And now I'm just putting in some wallpaper choices. Originally, my wallpaper was kind of gonna be like a blue color, and I was gonna go with this like subtle blue color palette, but I ended up scrapping that and going with more like warm browns and creams and stuff like that. So I don't know, wasn't feeling the blue. We changed it later on. So basically the way this house is laid out is when you enter, you kind of walk right into like a kitchen area space. Like you have a little entryway, but basically you walk into the kitchen, which isn't like ideal, but like it's just kind of how it ended up being laid out, so it's fine. So this is our little kitchen space here. On the left, that big old like brick room is basically like our mud room. Is that what it's called? Like a room that like connects to the outdoor, you know, the porch in the backyard area. But in the mud room, we're gonna have like some mudroom stuff. I don't know. Whatever's gonna be in the mudroom is gonna be in the mudroom. And then on the right, we're gonna have the living room, and then that's gonna lead into like a study slash like office area. So like you get a lot of space here. This is like a relatively like pretty good sized house for, you know, a small family of that size. I really do like the kitchen. I was trying to go for like a classic kitchen style with like modern updated finishes. So we have that really like modern kind of like countertop stove over there. This is like a vintage style fridge we have on the left, but like it I don't know why, but sometimes like vintage style things look modern. I don't know how to explain it. But it looks like a Smeg fridge almost. So I really like that fridge actually. I would love to have a Smeg fridge in real life. They are ridiculously expensive and I will probably never be able to afford one, but they are beautiful and I will always admire from afar. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna move, let's see, what are we putting in now? We're gonna put in some stools over here so that, you know, family members can pull up a chair and like have a quick breakfast on their way out. There will be a dining room though, so I imagine that, you know, that little countertop area is just for, you know, quick snacks or something like that. I love these checkered pattern curtains. They're beautiful. I'm so glad I downloaded these because I'm gonna use these curtains like all the time. Like they're my new favorite curtains. So get used to them because you will see them a lot. But yeah, we have these big old archways that are just absolutely stunning. I feel like this house would be very beautiful to walk through in real life. And I could see this existing in real life. You know, I feel like this definitely looks like something I've seen on Pinterest before. So I feel like it's in the realm of possibility. And I also like that like barn house door that leads into the mudroom. It has like a open window flap thing. And I feel like that looks so cool. Anyway, so now we're going into our living room and our like study office area. We're gonna put in our rugs and our curtains and stuff. Just trying to get, you know, the color palette and the vibe down. So in the office we have a black rug and cream curtains, and then in the main living room area we're gonna have these checkered pattern curtains and this very nice long cream colored rug. We're gonna put in a fireplace because I felt like the fireplace was like pretty important to have in a farmhouse for some reason. It just has such a striking, I don't know how to explain it. Like the idea of a fireplace seems so like traditional and classic to me for like a farmhouse. I just needed to include it. So there's a fireplace. Just went with a really simple like white brick one, and then we have this television above it. I don't always include TVs in my build because I just don't like the aesthetic of TVs usually, but in this specific case I felt like since it was supposed to look very like modern and kind of realistic and very like it could actually exist like in, you know, today's times, I felt like I really need to include a TV, you know, because I couldn't even live without Netflix, so I'm not going to force these people to. But we're just going to arrange our little living room area over here. I really like the choice of these couches and this specific like dark, like almost red leather. I originally was gonna go with like a more cream colored couch, but then everything would have been like cream and bland and blah. So I wanted to choose something that's very like dark and rich, and I felt like that was totally perfect. And we have those like classic seats by the windows. And I feel like I found like a really good balance of like traditional farmhouse and modern, which is a weird balance to find because they feel like they're opposite ends of the spectrum, but they actually go quite nicely together. And I love that coffee table setup, and I love this plant. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm in love with my own build. What can I say? And obviously some baskets, because baskets are just so trendy right now. Everyone's got baskets and I can't blame them. I love baskets too. And then over here we have our dining room area. So right off the kitchen you can walk right into the dining room slash living room. And we have these like classic, you know, farmhouse style chairs. And we have this like very textured wood table. And then I'm just gonna set up these, you know, little plates and place settings. I know that people don't like leave plates and place settings like out on their tables like all the time, but whenever I do builds I just like putting them out because they just, I don't know, they look nice. They make they make the table seem finished and, you know, detailed and stuff. And then on the left here we're just gonna pop in a little wardrobe just for like extra storage. Maybe it's like a linen closet or something, I don't know. And then we're going to, what are we putting in? Oh, some side tables by this couch just so we can put in these beautiful, beautiful lamps that I absolutely love. wow, I love that living room. The living room is probably one of my favorite parts of this house. And then we're gonna move into the study slash like office slash little library. So we're gonna put in a desk in here, but basically we have this big old wall with all these books on it. Which are all black and white. I think it's so fascinating in real life when people like color coordinate their books. I don't know how they do that, because all my books are like rainbow and weird different colors, and like none of it goes together. So and part of me like really wants a color coordinated bookshelf like this, because it's just so aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but it's also just like counterintuitive to like what a book is, and like how they're all different, and how all the covers and the art were like made by someone who like really wanted to, you know, make it beautiful and artistic. And I don't know, I feel very conflicted about the book as decor, you know, discussion. I don't know how I feel about it. Let me know how you guys feel about it. In real life, like my books on my bookshelf are currently arranged like a rainbow, so we have like all the reds together and then all the oranges together, and it just kind of creates like a nice little ombre effect. But that being said, this entirely like black and white bookshelf in this build is just so aesthetically pleasing for this room. I don't know, I feel conflicted. Let me know what you guys think. So we're gonna put in some art on the wall, and then on this wall here we're just gonna basically put in a row of counters, and we're gonna put in, I believe, like a printer on there. So this side of the room is a little bit more empty, but I imagine it's more like a workspace for, you know, whatever the person in this office needs to do. And then we're gonna move into the mudroom really quickly, where we're just gonna pop in some counters, a sink, so, you know, if they have, you know, muddy hands from the outside, they can just wash their hands really quickly as they come inside. And then we're gonna put in a little rack for, you know, anything you needed outside, your coat, your hat, whatever. And then in this corner here, we're just gonna put a little table. So, you know, maybe your kids are running in from playing outside, they just want a quick snack, they can just sit down there and eat it. And yeah, so that is about our mudroom. I really like the mudroom. It's a interesting detail. I've never had a mudroom in real life. I don't know if it's like a common thing, but I know that they exist in some houses. Now we're moving upstairs. We're gonna do both our bathrooms at the same time. I'm not crazy about doing bathrooms. I always try to make them look pretty, but like, you know, they're not my favorite thing in the world to do, but I try to keep, you know, the same balance in modern and traditional. So we have like this really modern style shower with more traditional like wood details on, you know, the sink counter, and, you know, this very like classically traditionally styled toilet. And then in this bathroom here, we have same like a modern, you know, shower bath combo with, you know, the same sink and toilet. And then we're gonna go into our nursery. I love this nursery, and I love the wallpaper especially, like just like the trees. It's just so pretty. I don't know. I really wish that my childhood bedroom was like this, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I'm very grateful that my parents let me have like say over what my room looked like, but unfortunately when I was a child I had no taste, and my room was absolutely ugly. I had like bright green furniture, I had like peach colored walls that made you feel like you were inside of somebody, and it was just so weird. But, you know, I appreciate that I had some creative freedom over it, and it was very fun to decorate my room as a kid, even though it was absolutely atrocious. If I had the same style then that I do now, probably my room would have looked something like this, which would have been so nice. Maybe I would have had less anxiety as a child, because this is so freaking calming, and I just, this is a beautiful, beautiful room. But yeah, I called it a nursery, but like the bed is for like a toddler, so maybe the kid's like a little bit older. I don't know, like two to four. And very quickly, I know we're in the other room now, but I put in like a little whale stuffy on the bed, and then I put a little photo of a whale on the wall. So maybe this kid has like a really big like fascination with whales or something. I don't know. Maybe they'll grow up to be like a marine biologist or something. Anyway, so now we are in the parents' bedroom, which is kind of a massive bedroom. I'm not like totally happy with like the way it's laid out. I just kind of did what I did, like what I could with the layout, since it's such a weird shape. But I still think it ends up being, you know, pretty successful. And we put in those very, you know, worn down wood wardrobes on either side, which just have like a beautiful, you know, farmhouse aesthetic to them. And then we were putting in these chairs, a photo of a crane for some reason, I don't know, a mirror over here, and obviously some baskets. And then back here we're gonna put in, I believe like a bookshelf, yeah, and then we're gonna put in color coordinated books again. This family is a little bit insane to only buy black and white books, or maybe they like get custom custom covers made for all their books. They're like all in black and white. I don't know. Either way, they're a little bit crazy, but I love it anyways. And then they have a little bit of a fireplace there so they can keep warm during the winter, and then they have a mini desk here. There's a big old office downstairs, which is where I imagine they would usually like work, but like in case they need to do quick things like just send off a quick email, or maybe this is like, I don't know, like a gaming computer or something. I don't know. They just have like a smaller little setup up here. And a picture of a wolf. I don't know why. It's just cool. And then very quickly to finish off the house, we're just gonna, you know, put in some light decoration into this hallway so it isn't like totally bare and blank up here. So just, you know, put in a dresser, a mirror, and then we're going to put in some paintings. We're going to put in a little chair, so there's a little bit of a reading nook up here. But, you know, in general, I kept the hallway pretty blank because I imagine that most of the time people are just going to be walking through it. But yeah, that is the build. Let me know what you guys think. Honestly, I am so happy with how this turned out. I haven't really, I don't think I've attempted this specific aesthetic before. I know it's very, very popular online, so if you guys have seen it, let me know if I hit the nail on the head or if I completely missed, but I feel like it looks pretty cool, to me at least. But yeah, it is Monday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far, and the rest of your week goes very, very well. I know a lot of you are probably coming back from, you know, Thanksgiving break. I certainly am. I didn't really, you know, take a break at all. I was still pretty busy over break, and I'm gonna be busy for the rest of the semester, but you know, whatever. It's gonna be over soon, and then we'll all be on winter break together, and that will be very, very nice. I'm looking forward to actually like relaxing and taking some time for myself and, you know, focusing on some really cool builds for you guys. Anyways, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.